What up, winners? Welcome back to the Focus on Winning podcast. My name is Ashraf. So, this is the second part series of building a six-figure business from scratch. Now, if you haven't listened to the first part yet, so go back to the episode 55 where we talk about the foundation of building a business, any business that you want to build, whether it's 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure, or beyond. Then go back to that episode so you can build your foundation first in order to build a 6-figure business. And today we're going to talk about the step-by-step process on how to build a 6-figure business, the difference between a real business and freelancing, how to sustain our business so it can last for decades, the biggest mistake people make in sustaining their business, and so much more. So remember, this is the second part, and we will be releasing the last part, which is on the next Thursday. So make sure to subscribe to this podcast so you're not going to miss out on the last part. Alright, without wasting any more time, let's begin.
So the real question is this: how would an entrepreneur like us, who literally start from nothing or has limited resources and yet still wants to build an empire, join Ashraf as he answers this big question so you can apply it too. Welcome to Focus on Winning.
So, Reem, you already have an experience of building a 6-figure business, and now you have already built 3 of it. So how about you share with us a clear-cut, step-by-step process on how to build a 6-figure business?
Awesome. So once you do the first and you realize that it's easy, then the kind of the third, the second, the third, the 10th, it will be the same. The first thing that I believe that you need to have, as I said, the number one thing that is 80% of the whole process is your mindset. And some people will say, oh my God, this is cliche. We're bored of, the inspiration talk and stuff, but it's so true. So it's like exactly when you go exercise and when you want to have a good body, right? So if you are not 100% committed, if you do not have the proper mindset to continue, wake up every single day, work and do the workout and eat healthy and be committed to that, you will not be able to achieve anything. So it's exactly the same thing. Maintaining your health or building the business is the same thing. So you need to work hard on exercising and keeping a healthy mindset that is well prepared to fail, well prepared to hear no for an answer, well prepared and let's say surrounded by positivity all the time. If you have to cut the noise, even from close friends and families, then you have to do it. Otherwise, you cannot pass on the first step. So this is number one, which is developing a proper mindset and cutting the noise, honestly. Number two, I don't want to go into technicalities of marketing and research and development, but what I always say, again, what I told you before, is to write down the idea. Write down. And this is called planning, because we know that fuzzy targets, they don't get hit. So you cannot just say, hey, I want to build 6 figures, let's do it. Okay, what is it? Where? How can you get the 6 figures? Do you want to get the 6 figures in a month, in a year? Like, you have to plan it. And based on that, I have what I do. It's called the Dream Life Map. And from there, I write down in details, how much money do I need in this life to be able to, spend, if I, for example, for rent, for my cars, I want to go on a vacation like 2 times, 3 times a year. I want to go to fancy restaurants. I put all that down. I'm a finance person. I'm a nerdy person when it comes to numbers. I write down everything that I want with the standards that I want. Have you ever heard of Frank Kern?
Frank, yeah.
Frank Kern.
His
So
book at
he talks
Connecting
he
Lives.
talks about, he's amazing. He talks
Yeah.
about your perfect day and how to imagine your perfect day despite of all, let's say, geographical or any kind of limitation in life. So imagine that there is no limits, there is no geographical borders. Just imagine the day, the perfect day in your life, and write it down in details from the moment that you wake up till the moment you sleep. How do you imagine your job? How do you imagine your work? How do you imagine, what do you eat? Where do you eat? With who? How do you spend your time? What do you do for fun? All this. And from
Wow.
there, I you develop the concept of the dream life map. But for me, I reflect it in numbers, and I write down how much do I need to live that life. And from there, I know my annual income, how much should it be? Do I really need $1 million a year, a month? Do I really need maybe just 100,000 is enough? So I calculate that, and based on it, I reverse engineer. So how much money do I need? And from there, if I want to sell 997 product, a coaching program, for example, okay, how much do I need to sell of the 997 in order to get the amount of money that I need? Not to forget that I will pay taxes, not to forget that I will pay, everything that I need to pay for Uncle Sam or whoever. I need to take that into consideration. And then I see how much do I need to create that in sales. And then from there, I work towards achieving that objective, that number. So if I need to get that amount of money in a month, then, for example, I need to sell 100 people of the 997 product, and I work towards that. So I work hard. This is the proper planning that makes me get faster to what I want. But what's happening with people, honestly, when they want to build a business, is that they create a product and then they leave it to what we call it hope marketing. They put the product and they hope and they pray to God that it will be sold and maybe it will hit the target. But it doesn't work this way. That's why you have to plan it, and you have to work towards the plan that you want. And then from there, from the number that you want and that you need, can you do it organically, or you need to pay ads for it? So are you going to use paid ads, or is it going to be organically? It depends on the number that you need to get. Okay, because we know marketing wise, 1 to 3% of people will purchase what you buy. So just do simple math. If you just follow simple math, you will achieve the number. You know what I mean? Again, it's not simple. Trust me, it's not about how good the product that you're selling. It's not, because there are so many people who are so good and they have amazing products, but they don't sell because they don't even offer in the market. They don't put their offer outside. People, they don't know that they have anything. And they don't have a plan how to reach their goal. Even if you ask them, what's your goal? They don't know. So basically, whether it's a coaching business, whether it's just an online business, whether if you want to build a SaaS business of a 6-figure, of a 7, 8 figures, like what we did, I always recommend to write down, put the plan. How much do you want? And then sell the prototype. Do not build the full thing. And use other people money to build the actual thing that you do. And that's what people now is doing. For example, this is how we do it for our coaching business as well. So you test and you tell people what you are planning to sell, but you need to create that offer, which should be a juicy offer for them. Once you make the sale, you create the product. But you don't waste time and spend time and effort and put an offer in the market, and as I said, you hope that people will buy it. It doesn't work this way. There's something also that I'm working on that I will be teaching very soon, which is the launch. A lot of people, they focus on creating the good product and They focus on the content, they focus on the packaging, they focus on how to create an offer, but they don't, but as I said, they just throw the offer in the market without a specific launching process. And there are so many people in the marketing industry since ages, they're teaching how to make a launch. It's just like the Hollywood launch, how movies are launched in the box office, how Apple, they're launching a new iPhone. So
Right.
this is exactly what I need to help people with, is how to double the impact of their offers and sales through building
The
a
perfect
proper launch.
launch. And I want to mention that you say that in order to make like 1,000 per month, then that means, let's say we are selling $100 products. So $1,000 per month, that means we just have to sell 10,
10 people.
10 things, right?
Yeah,
So we also have to take into account how many people that we have to reach out, right? Not everyone that we message
exactly. We
will say
said
yes. So
1 to 3% of people will buy your product. 1 to 3%. So for, let's say, how many friends do you have on your Facebook? So you have, let's say, 500 people. Okay.
mhm,
And if we just think about the algorithm of Facebook, not all the 500 will see your post or your offer. And I'm talking about if it's just organically, because this is what most of the people, they think they don't want even to spend or to invest in promoting their offers. And they think that because you're in the online world, everything should be for free. I think this is a very wrong way of thinking. This is not business. This is hobby. This is what you're doing. And if you're working as a hobby, you're going to get returns of hobby. You're not going to get returns of a business. So you
wow.
need to adopt the mentality of a business when you do your business. Okay. And you need to start playing and investing in your business. Investing, whether it's in systems, investing whether in getting traffic, investing maybe in getting assistance. If you're not good in certain areas at your business, you need to find excellent people in that area to help you in there. You don't have to do everything, otherwise you're not doing a business. And this is my problem with what I see with the people in the online space. They deal with the online business as a, seriously, as a hobby, as a freelancing. And I always say, do you want to work it this way? Go to Upwork and Fiverr. It's the best place for freelancers, but it's not the best place for millionaires or for six,
Mhm.
7 figure business owners. So you need seriously to adopt the mindset of successful people to invest in your business, and to, as I said, think, if you have 500 people in your list, how can you imagine that you're going to hit 6 figures in there? And if you're not paying ads, like, it's just simple math. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, then you need to be visible to bigger number of people. How can I do that? Think about this. So either you need to increase the number of friends that you have so that you expose yourself to more people. You need to be visible in other groups by providing value and let people know more about your offers. If and we all know that the organic way is going to take more time, then maybe you need, yes, to invest and
Mhm.
create ads. Simple.
Right.
Just do
It's
simple
either
math.
mhm.
Exactly.
It's either spending a time and or spending a dime.
Exactly. 100%. I totally agree. Yes.
Right. And I want to go back into what you're saying, that um, freelancing versus doing a real business. So
Yes.
what's the difference between that?
It's both business. Okay. There are people who might be just living, being freelancers, which is like solopreneurs. I totally understand. But when you already start planning and working for your business as a business, the whole way of looking at things will be different. The way when you start registering your company and make
Mm-hmm.
it as a company, an LLC, that means there will be, and this is something that people, they don't know. When you are a freelancer and you taking your money and put it in your personal bank account, you're going to pay more taxes. But
Oh.
if you have a company and you start getting the money in your company's bank account, whatever you spend for that company will be deducted, and you will have a lot of more tax benefits as a company. So first of all,
Uh-huh.
the way of thinking about your money is totally different. Number two, when you think about being a freelancer and just, as I said, making a job, taking the money, put it in my personal bank account, oh, spend it, let's upgrade the car, let's upgrade the house, let's buy a new watch. But when you are in the mentality of building a business, then you take the money in your business bank account, you spend the money needed to grow the business, and you put aside the amount that is needed for the tax of the business, and then what is left, you pay yourself some of it. Did you see the difference of how you deal with your money in there? So the mentality, the way you look at your business is totally different. When you're a freelance, you take the money, you put it in your pocket, you spend it. When you're a business owner, you take the money in your business bank account, you spend on growing your business more, you hire more people, you put more systems, you invest in the marketing, you educate yourself more on the importance of having a good finance person, a good legal person, assistant to help you, a technical person. You will think that way. I need more people. So you become a manager. So, and this is what happens. Millionaires, billionaires, they're managing. They're not working all the time. A freelancer, he's good. He does the thing by himself. He's excellent in doing that. As I said, by the end of the day, he will take the money, he put it in his pocket, he'll spend it, and he will always be running after the money, right? But when you build a business, when you grow the business, when you put plans and numbers to grow that business, and you pay yourself just like an employee, okay? This will build a brand. This will build a big business that will have bigger returns on you in the future. This
So
is how you create passive income.
right, that's really great insights about freelance and real business. And it's kind of new to me that you mentioned about taxes. Like if you put it on personal account, then taxes will be more than that, right? And
Yes.
when can we actually bring out the money to ourselves if we put it on the business account? So
Okay.
how to pay ourselves?
By the way, there are many approaches in there. So, for example, if you already have some savings and you are financially okay, you might just keep the money to grow your business, and you're not going to pay yourself a penny. And I've done that for years. Okay. We focused on growing the business, and we lived literally on the balance, like the minimum, okay, of what we can. So basically what we do, you have to put yourself a salary in your business as
Uh-huh.
the manager. You put yourself a salary and you evaluate. So you pay yourself first, but remember, you can adapt. And this is the money mindset. You can adapt with whatever amount of money you have. So if I give you now $100, or if I give you $1 million right now and I'll tell you go spend it, you'll be able to spend both in one night. Trust me. Okay. But if you know that you're working towards a target, and as I said, if you have that target written and you know the plan and you see it every day, you review it every day, it will be okay for you to, as I said, take a salary for you from the amount that you get. And so if you divide it, like this is how I do it. 30% will go to taxes. And of course, this depends on where you are in the map. For example, if you are in California or New York, you'll be lucky if you have 45% left of the paycheck that you get, or of the check that you get from your business. You'd be lucky. If you are in other areas in the States, for example, the average is like 35% for taxes.
Wow.
So this exercise, everybody should think and study before starting a business, and see which some people, they move to different areas and cities and states and countries because of the tax laws, and because of you know the way taxing is working there. I know, for example, in Switzerland, they don't pay as much if you're working offshore, if you're working onshore. It depends, but you need to
Mm-hmm.
ask. You need to ask in your country, how does it work? How much are you going to pay? You need to know your
Mm-hmm.
rights and benefits. But what I know, regardless, if you have an LLC, which is a limited liability company, which I recommend, if you have that, then for example, if you travel for your business, if you like, even the fuel that you pay for your car, you can put it as an expense for your business, and it will deduct from the tax. If you pay for
Oh.
charity, it will be deducted, of course. The meals, if you invite a customers, um, anything
Oh.
that you pay to grow your business will be deducted, and accordingly you will be paying less taxes. If you take the whole amount of money and you put it in your pocket, and you report it for the tax as an individual tax, you're going to pay for the whole amount of tax.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oh.
different. And here, I'm not saying that you need to be a CPA, or and you have
Tax
an
guy.
MBA in tax. Yeah, no, you don't. But this is what I'm saying. You need to find an excellent guy who will help you in that. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to know that. The good
Mm-hmm.
thing is that I come from this background, so I know that. And I try
Yeah.
to help people in this. But also, if you want to become a 6-7 figure business owner, you have to educate yourself even a little bit about this.
Awesome. So imagine if someone already hit the six-figure mark, but how do they keep it? Like how do they sustain that business?
It's, trust me, this is a beautiful question, because yes, it's so easy for someone to make a 6 figure and then boom, spend all of it, and then maybe the business model will change or something happens, and you need to keep the momentum. But the thing is, if you have the right systems in place, if you have the team to help you and support you in place, if you have proper SOPs, standard operating procedures, if you have procedures in place,
Mm-hmm.
then you will be fine. Because the minute that your business depends only on you personally, the minute you get sick, your business will collapse. Actually, there will be no
Oh,
business. There will be no business
okay.
if you get sick. And the other day, I
Mm-hmm.
was talking to my friend. He had a back injury that, a wall fall on him. He had a back injury, and he laid down in bed for 9 months. So he said, if I
Oh,
did not have the proper policies and
system.
procedures in place, if I did not have systems, if I did not have the team to help
Mm-hmm.
me, I wouldn't be able to live for another day. My
Mm-hmm.
business will die. But
Mm-hmm.
he was lying down for 9 months, and his bank account was still ching, because everything does not depend on him personally. And this is something that Russell Brunson said the other day when they came back from Fiji, when he had this mastermind
Oh yeah, Tony
with Tony
Robbins.
Robbins. And he
Mm-hmm.
told him, he told him, Russell, what do you do? He said, I'm the owner of ClickFunnels. And he said, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you are like the operating guy of ClickFunnels. If you are not there, ClickFunnels will collapse, because it evolves around him. But
Mm-hmm.
Tony Robbins, he owns like 35 something companies, maybe more.
Yeah, I
And
remember saying that.
do you remember that story? So it's
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and this what Russell